All right, everyone, here we go. I thought we'd have a little fun this afternoon on Friday. Pull a little Schrodinger's cat. How about the little Schrodinger's cat? It's not a pick a card reading. Well, not really. Science, really. It's the card. It's a reading where the card picks you. You got to play the game right, though. You know, you got to. I'm going to give you two animals. You're just going to pick from two animals, and then we'll let the famous Schrodinger's cat quarter here decide which card goes with which animal. All right, so that way it's completely random. Now, I want to remind everybody, I say this all the time on Twitter, do not tweet about the animals. Don't tweet about Schrodinger's cat. You take the opportunity away from someone else to take advantage of the reading. Because if they know in advance what the damn animals are, then they can spend too much time thinking about it. I only give you 2 seconds. So, that said, please, just like Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club. We don't talk about Schrodinger's cat. All right, so please keep that in mind. Schrodinger's cat's a science experiment. Talks about multiple universes. The cat and an isotope in a box. Box is closed. Cat goes back and forth between dead and alive. You open the box, you find out whether you have a live cat or a dead cat. Really, in this case here, we use it for timelines. But really, everything in life is Schrodinger's cat. In concept, anyway. You start a new job. You don't know until you open the box, till you start. You don't know if it's a good job or a dead job. You know, a shit job. You won't know, because they're always nice during the interview process, aren't they? Always seem great. Everybody there seems, I don't know how many times my wife's come home, told me how wonderful everybody was at the new project she's working on or whatever, only to find out, and 2 days later, she's just bitching about it all night long, these people, these fucking assholes, oh, it's terrible. Well, right there, you got yourself a dead cat, if it's something like that. But even with relationships, you don't know until you try, right? Well, let's see. Let's shuffle the deck. I'm going to run the experiment as I shuffle the deck, and when I get done, I'm done. All right, I'm going to put 2 cards down on the table, and we're going to go from there. I'll give you 2 animals. You pick an animal. I flip a coin, decides which animal goes with which card. It's that simple. All right, so just be patient. Just wait. Queen of Cups tried to fly out of the deck. That's nice. I like that. I need to put it back in, though, because I'm not done with the experiment. Just wanted to say, maybe I love all of you. I don't know. Maybe something like that. I don't know. It's a general reading. Well, not really. Not if you play the game right, but I have to say it is general reading. May or may not resonate with you. But if the title brought you in here, or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're all set. No timestamps here. Watch everything. No matter which animal you pick. Because you may end up with a dead cat, but there could be advice, that could help you get to a live cat. Everything is connected. Everything is energy, and everything is connected. So if you got a dead cat, you can get to a live cat pretty easily. So what are we pulling on here? Your life path. Are you on the right path or are you not? I see a lot of readings. I don't watch a lot of readings on YouTube, but I see the titles and shit. And I see everybody, lots of people wanting to tell you, and they get huge views for it, to tell you you're on the correct path. Right? You see that reading all the time. I don't know. Are you? Let's find out. If you play the game right, you might just find out. If you're not, don't worry. The universe will give you some advice to correct it. It wants you to balance energy. And the universe is just energy. And energy is just trying to balance. That's all. Okay, I'm done shuffling. I'm putting 2 cards down. That's it. That's my theme song. Okay, we will clarify with the Lightseer deck. I'm going to give you 2 animals. You got 2 seconds to pick. And do not fucking tweet these animals. I see one tweet from somebody tweeting an animal. I swear to God, you're getting blocked. So I swear, I'm tired of that. It's terrible. You're taking something away from somebody else. It's very selfish. It's very wrong. And I don't mean to be hard ass about that, but it is. It ruins the whole reading. Okay, 2 animals. Are you a lobster or a scallop? 1, 2. That's it. You should have picked. That's all you get. Lobster or scallop. All right, lobster is heads, scallop is tails. Flem the parrot loves this part. Quarter hitting the wood floor. There we go. Tails. It's tails. Say that. Scallop, lobster. Scallop, lobster. See? Now there's no mistake. All you had to do was use your intuition to pick a goddamn animal. That's it. Now let's find out. Live cat or dead cat. See which timeline you're on. Are you on the right path? Right? Life's path, if you will. Are you going in the right direction? Right? Are you heading for Florida? South? That's your destination. Your destination's Miami. Are you heading south if you're up north? Or are you going completely the wrong way and heading toward Canada? What are you doing? What's going on here? Not that Canada's wrong. It's just not our destination in my analogy. I like Canada. All right, good fishing. Anyway, here we go. First one here, Scallop people. Let's see. Well, Two of Pentacles. Sometimes you are and sometimes you're not. It's an intensive care cat. It's not a dead cat. But I think if you pick Scallop, and don't get triggered by this, okay? Don't get pissed at me for saying this. But I think sometimes you change direction a little too often. I think you go down a path, you might be a person, and don't lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. Never mind, you can lie to me if you want to. You might be a person who goes down a certain path, it starts to get a little scary, then you turn around and you try something else too fast. You're changing it up too fast, okay? That's the energy I get here. Let's clarify it before we go over here and talk to the lobster people. Now, lobster people, pay the fuck attention. You're all connected, all right? This is how, depending on what's here, this could be how you could help this, or you could fix, you could go in this direction if you get a live cat and something good if you're not careful. So pay attention. That's what I mean by everything has something to teach you. You know, even if it's small. Why is the Two of Pentacles here? Let's see what's going on. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. Why is it here? What do we get? What do we get? The Six of Swords is crossing it. Stay on whatever path you're on. Okay? If it feels right in the beginning, stick with it till the end. All right? Even if it's always, hey, life is a winding road. Timelines are winding. They're a mix of light and shade. Right? So you have to kind of stick with it. Make sure you make your decisions, but make a decision to stick with it. All right? Because you keep going around in circles here. That's what I get. Maybe you change your mind. Maybe one day you're good, the next day you're not good. One day you're good, the next day you're not good, and on the not good days you change things up a little bit. If it feels right, if the path you're on feels right, and you know, go for it. Stick with it, at least for a little bit. Anyway, a little bit longer than you have been. Three of Swords. Yeah, the second you get hurt, the second something goes wrong, the second it seems scary, you switch. So it's like the universe is almost slapping its forehead, right? It's like, hear that slap? That was me slapping my forehead. It's like, oh, they had it. It's like when you watch a game show or something and you see someone make a stupid mistake, like they totally got it. You know they got it because you'll watch it on TV, and then they make a decision, and they're there, and then they do one stupid thing, they chicken out, they go, I'm gonna go this way, or I'm gonna freeze, or something. You're like, no, you're yelling at the screen. It's like that. All right, that's what the universe is doing with you. It's watching that game. The Hermit, yeah, the Hermit. What did I say? The Hermit is red with the Six of Swords. What did I say? Now again, Scallop people. Some of you, and I know these Schrodinger cat readings trigger people like a motherfucker, like a Gatling gun, right? I know you may not, again, this is what's here. It's a repeating message, so I know it's valid. Somewhere, it could be very small, you could be very minor with this, or it could be very major. I don't know. But the universe is saying exactly what I just told you. This is red with the Six of Swords. Stick with it. If it feels right in the beginning, just go with that. It's when we start questioning, right? Questioning, that's the brain coming in. That's getting in the way of the soul energy here, all right? So keep that in mind. All right. It could also be saying for some of you, you're thinking about changing direction in some way on your spiritual path or on your path in life. Think twice about that. It could be saying that. But again, do what you want. Make your own decisions. Hey, I'm just reading the energy. What's bookending the Three of Swords? See? Look! Come on! It's perfect. It's like perfection in tarot. Look at this, guys. This is my coffee house guy, in case you don't know, the reason I make coffee at home. But look at him. Just look at the picture. Never mind Five Swords. I mean, it is self-sabotage. It is short-term thinking. It's you. The moment things get dark, Three Swords, it's red with the Three Swords. The moment things get dark, you sabotage your own damn self. This is that person watching the game show at home that goes, no, don't pick that. No, you had it. You had it. Right? That's the universe. The universe is like, oh, just yelling at the TV screen of you. Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes. So, you know, those paths are winding roads. They really are. You've got to be cool with it. You got to be cool. Okay. All right. Enough. Scallop, I've said all I need to say. I was backed up by the universe 100 motherfucking %. And I'm going to go ahead. And by the way, I'm going to put that there, the Six of Swords. And by the way, temperance was underneath, fueling that Six of Swords. Patience. Allow things to reveal themselves to you. Sometimes that road's going to get dark. It's okay. Don't change course. If it felt right in the beginning, if it felt like it was the right path to take, give it a chance to play out. Don't switch it up so often. All right? Don't, or at the very least, if it's a minor thing for you, don't get in your head. Don't start questioning everything. Okay? Be careful about that. This very energy came up in a recent reading. I don't remember what. It looks very familiar to me. Okay. Lobsters. I love lobster. I do. Okay. When I was a kid, I always wanted to save them from the tank at the restaurants. Asked my dad if we could. Can I just have the lobster? Take him home? Okay. Oh. Okay. The universe wants to challenge me on a hot day. Really, universe? You want to challenge me? It's a Knight of Wands. Oh, excuse me, a Knight of Wands. Freudian slip. King of Wands. Okay. I want to call it a live cat. I do. It's another intensive care cat from a different angle. The Knight of Wands, you might, yes, you're on, how do I phrase this? Yes, you're on the right path. It is technically a live cat, lobsters, but you have a tendency, just bear with me, don't get mad, to give your trust in your loyalty and or your love to the wrong people for the wrong reasons. They might be based on superficial things, or in the past they were. It's possible that that's the case and you've grown past that. Don't be fooled so much by appearances of things, okay? It is a live cat. You are on the right path, but along the way you're going to meet a few snakes. Make sure you learn how to spot them, and I think you are. I think this soulmate connection you've all been in this soulmate cycle, in the current one, has taught you a lot about how to spot, you know, superficial things and all of that. Let's see. Let's clarify. Why is the King of Wands here? Tell me about the King of Wands. It's also a warning not to, things might be, there's also, energy's always in layers. There's also a possibility here that for you lobsters, things are going really well. And you might have a tendency to get cocky about that. Do not. The universe does not reward cockiness. It slaps people in the face for cockiness. It does. Be careful about that. It'll come back to bite you. I promise you it will. Maybe not immediately, but it will. So that's a possibility too. So it is overall a live cat. Let's see what the universe has to say about it. It's very nice. Very nice. This one over here, Scallop, or is it Scallop? I said Scallop, right? You're a live cat sometimes. And sometimes you're not. It's both at the same time, for reasons explained. All right, King of Wands. Why is it here? Yeah, there's a Six of Cups crossing it. It's interesting that you both get sixes as your crossing card. That is interesting, actually. We'll see what happens in the bridging energy at the end. Six of Cups. Yeah, the lessons from the past are going to serve you well. Okay. You learn it's basically saying the environmental energy is basically, here we go, see, happiness right there. Happiness lives, it's right there, the universe, I accidentally hit it, wants me to reveal it. The key to your happiness, to making this Ten of Cups real and not just fairyland, is everything you've learned in the past, okay? And also, have some humility a little bit if things are going well for you. That'll serve you well too. But again, you've learned a lot in the past about superficial and how to spot things and what's really important. All right, the King of Wands doesn't know what's really important. The King of Wands, it's all superficial. It's all looks and appearances and things like that. What's on top? Two of Wands. Yeah. This is definitely a live cat. There's no doubt. Again, another message, a repeating message of leaving something from the past behind and just going forward on your path. Again, the King of Wands is more of a warning. It's a warning to look out, because along your way are some poisonous snakes, are some superficial things. Don't just pass out. Hand out your friendship, your love, your loyalty, your trust in particular. Don't. You know, make sure you let people show you who they are, not just tell you who they are. Okay? It's right here. All those lessons from the past are good. It's nice. They are moving you forward. What's the center card, which will be read with the Six of Cups? It's the Ace of Cups. See that? Lessons from the past, teaching you to hold on to your love until somebody's worthy of it. All right? Keep that in mind. And hey, Scallops over here. I think I said scallops. I hope I said scallops. I always forget the animals. So anyway, Scallops over here, whatever this animal was, make sure you're paying attention. Because this is all good lessons for everybody here. All right? Just these guys are a little more in it, if you will. Yeah. Lessons from the past again. Again, a repeating message from the universe. What's bookending the Two of Wands here? Death. Yeah, this is totally a live cat. Lobster, this is, yeah, much more so. I think the King of Wands just came out as a cautionary tale. I did pick that up in the energy. I don't think it's like if I were to relate it to the Burger King, which we often call it, got to have it their way, your runner, all that kind of stuff. Make sure you don't become that person, all right? Because I imagine for a good number of you, things are going pretty well. And if they're not, they will be soon. And sometimes we have a tendency to get a bit of ego about that. All of a sudden we get some success. It's the difference between celebrating success with your friends and going out and partying and having some fun, and a whole different thing about becoming an asshole because of it. All right? Believe me, it's perfectly fine to celebrate success and be proud of yourself and all of that. Just don't get too proud of yourself, okay? The Death card here, huge transformation. Huge transformation, and it's all tied to the lessons from the past. Probably the lessons from the soulmate connection, you know, or anything in your life. Your life has taught you everything you need to know. Your life up to this point has. It's just most people don't pay attention to the lesson, to be honest. We point those lessons out in these tarot readings all the time. But they've always been there for you. A lot of people don't like to look back. You got to look under the rocks of where you've been. And that's what a lot of you have been doing. So this is nice. This is a live cat, and this is a live cat sometimes. What's the bridging energy? Now I said everything is connected. Everything is. It'd be very easy for these guys over here to become one of these. You get in your head too much. You don't look at the past. You don't learn from the lessons. You ignore it. You get an ego. You turn into this over here, where sometimes you're on the path and sometimes you're not. This Death card is very powerful. Okay, it's red with this Two of Wands. Very powerful card. But you can see the difference here in this final card, right? You can see this. It's this. Oh, it's self-sabotage from overthinking, and if things get dark, turn around. Maybe I should turn around. Even if you don't turn around, it's second-guessing your path, all that kind of stuff. And this right here is more keeping you on the path. It's more of a warning over here not to let it go to your head, sort of a thing. Okay? What's the bridging energy here between Two of Pentacles and King of Wands? Let's see what the witches have to say. What's the bridging energy here? This ought to be interesting. I can't imagine what the bridging energy is between these two. All right, let's see. Let's see where we go. The World. Yeah. One side... One side trusts too much, the other side doesn't trust enough in the path they're on. Both sides, all of you, all of us are in a new energy cycle, a new core energy cycle. You're in a new energy cycle. Things are different now. So trust that core energy cycle, okay? It's allowing for clear vision, if you will, if nothing else. All right, so make sure, again, go with it. Just go with the flow. If it feels right, it probably is right. If you're thinking about it too much, then you won't know. You'll just get confused and messed up. This cycle here, this energy is helping to keep everybody on their path. One side's fighting it, the other side isn't, per se. Okay? That's the most powerful card I could pull. Everybody here is, you know, I mean, technically speaking, assuming over here you're not overthinking too much, you're probably, with the Hermit in the middle, on your correct path, or have been recently. So if you've changed paths recently, you might want to reconsider, take another look. But this side, definitely on the right path. Just don't let it go to your head, all right? Three Swords and the Two of Wands. What's the bridging energy? What's the commonality here? What is it? What is it? Three Swords and Two Wands. Again, I say, I can't imagine. Let's see. Seven Pentacles. It's about harvest, okay? Yeah, some people say divine timing and all that, because it's not really a divine timing energy. I get off that. It's about the harvest. And it's about each side needing to allow things to happen, okay? That's it. Let go of this. I noticed with the, this side over here we talked about with the 3 swords, as soon as things get dark, they think, good days and bad days, good days and bad days. They're all good days. You're lucky to be here. You're lucky to be alive. You're lucky to have your energy in the vessel that it's in. Truly are. It's absolutely amazing that we're alive here on planet Earth. As much as we complain about planet Earth, it is fucking amazing. Yeah, good things and bad things happen, but they're all good days if you're alive. You're perfectly fine. At the end of the day here, this side, what this is saying is it's time to harvest this. This is still in the room. Whatever this is, learn from it and dismiss it as you learn from it. Don't keep it around. You'll be too intent on pulling it back up. Once you look at it, once you go through it, once you've taken the lesson from it, set it aside. Don't leave it in the room with you to look at again and think about if you ever get in a bad mood or something like that. Lots of people do that. That's very common. And that's where old shit comes back. Oh, I thought I dealt with that. Well, you did. The problem is you looked at it again from another angle, because energy changes. The peripheral energy around something changes. So you'll look at things from different angles. All right, the Hermit and the, but other than that, that's pretty right. The Hermit and the Ace of Cups. What's the bridging energy here? This ought to be pretty good. What's the Hermit, the bridging energy between the Hermit and the Ace of Cups? What is it? What is it? Oh, interesting. Page of Pentacles. Again, it's the card of the student. It's just, again, pay attention to your intuition here. Your soul has something to teach you here. Follow the soul. Over here, again, the lessons it's all about the lessons you've learned. It really is. My God, it's just, again, you've learned what to do. Be cautious. The Page of Pentacles here is always cautious about communicating, cautious about giving that trust out. Cautious, cautious, cautious. Again, with the Ace of Cups here, be discerning about who you give your love to. Those lessons from the past have taught you. You could spot superficial a mile out in fog. All right? Superficial does not get your energy. Now, Coffee House Guy and the Death card, bridging energy. My God, there's a dichotomy for you. All right, let's see what we get. What's the bridging energy between the 5 of Swords and the Death card, universe? What is it? What is it? I may need to think about this one. I could feel this energy. This is strange. Yeah, I knew it. It's anxiety. Look at him. Anxious. Just, look, very simple. Actually, I don't have to think about this. I felt the anxious energy, but I don't have to think about this. This is nonsense. Do not get like this if something goes wrong or you have a bad day. Doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. All right? Don't. 9 to the end. Put an end to this. It's a false sword of Damocles. All right? Sword of Damocles was held by a hair. All right? It could have fallen at any time. Your sword of the sword over your head that you think is there is bolted to the goddamn ceiling. It's a false sword of Damocles. On this side here, you have all the forces of the universe behind you. It's perfectly fine. This side over here has nothing to worry about. That's actually what this card is saying. Because it's always nonsense that we're worried about when we wake up in the night. It's usually bullshit. This side's got nothing to worry about. This side's got nothing to worry about, but it chooses to as soon as something goes wrong. Or as soon as they have a bad day. And things along those lines. All right? Both sides can benefit from learning from the past. The world tells us that as the bridging energy here. Both sides have come from something. Okay? So that's a given. But it's the reaction. How each is reacting to it, where things sort of change a little bit. Neither one of you has anything to worry about. Pretty much everybody here has gotten themselves on the right paths. And on top of that, what's very interesting about this reading is while this side goes out of it sometimes, because of reasons I've explained, this side over here, if you get a big head about it, if things start going really well for you and you turn into the Burger King, you will knock your ass right off that path. And it's clear from this energy. All right? Always have gratitude. Choose an energy of gratitude over, well, hubris, if you will, over confidence, over too much, whatever. Always choose gratitude. If you apply the gratitude energy here, you will stay on this path and things will smooth out like crazy. Things will get even smoother and smoother. All right. But I will say, with success, it's a powerful energy. So with that, there's always a chance you'll become an egomaniac. All right. I've had plenty of friends who were from the past who were great people. Loved them to death, like a sibling. Loved them to death. They were like family. Who got successful in various industries and various things and turned into pricks. All right, because that energy is all consuming. So that King of Wands here is a bit of a warning, and it's a future warning for the Scallop side over here, for sure. All right, because I think we can straighten this out pretty easily. The universe thinks so too with that Six of Swords. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. I mean, yeah, you're basically all on the right path, sort of. This one could get knocked off, and this one's in and out. Stop with the in and out, and make sure you don't knock yourself off of it. All right, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Hey, it is what it is. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right, good luck.